Do you think marriages where one person is in love with the other, well, only one person is in love with the other person, it's not mutual, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Do you think those marriages have a higher likelihood of surviving than ones that are just married for love? Well, both people are in love.
I, I don't understand.
You don't understand the question?
How am I supposed to answer that? That's such a unspecific question. Do I think that
Unspecific.
marriages
Yes.
where
Do you
one
think?
person loves the other, but the other person is what? Completely indifferent?
Don't they like them? They didn't marry for love. They married for companionship or security or I don't know what, but not
Do I
love.
think those are more successful than ones where both the people love each other equally?
Yeah.
No. Who
What?
would think that? What are you talking about? You mean do they stay married and don't
Yeah.
get divorced as much?
Yeah. That's exactly what I mean.
Well, why would the people who still loved each other, who actually loved each other, get divorced?
In the first couple, love can grow over time. Well, I guess it could grow more for the
This
other
question
couple
is
too.
asinine. What?
Hold
Where did
on,
you
hold
come
on.
up
Let
with
me
this?
listen. You just want to get erased. I gotta
No,
say yes. I gotta.
no,
Yes, it
no.
absolutely is. Let me see. Or maybe the question is, do you agree with it? I gotta start over though.
No, too late. We're in the thick of it now.
So, spoiler alert and jumping ahead. It seems like he's already in love with her. They're going to be getting married at any time. She can't possibly be in love with him yet. You agree with that so far, right?
This is bananas. You know about arranged marriages, right? You know
Yes.
that
I didn't ask the question yet.
yes, but in the idea that you were
And you done
getting
made
at
me lose the
before, I
question.
feel
Hold
like
on,
you
hold
were
on.
trying to get at this. Your premise is
Would you?
faulty
No,
for the
that's not.
question.
What? How?
What is your take on arranged marriages? I guess you don't have
Wait,
one,
well,
huh? Have
wait.
you?
Arranged marriages in today's atmosphere? Like today, like it's 2025 or like ever or back in the day? Like what?
Just in general, that idea versus a
Is
marriage
that even still
of
a thing
choice.
now?
Yes, of
I
course it
mean, in the
is.
U.S., you want me to? I can't speak. You talking about just in the whole world? That's what you're talking about.
I'm talking about in the whole world. Yes, the general idea of an arranged marriage or like a political marriage versus
And what was your question? How do I feel about them?
yeah. What is your opinion of it?
I do both people agree? Like they both are admit it's a political marriage or whatever kind of marriage it's going to be?
There's no follow
Yes,
up a
yes.
question.
Look,
Just
listen, that matters. If we're both consenting adults and we know we just getting married for whatever reason we choosing and we both know each other's intentions or why they doing it, then knock yourself out. But if you've never met the person and like your parents are choosing for you, like shit like that, no, that ain't okay. Why? What you think?
yeah, but you do know that a lot of those, and I don't have statistics at my disposal to throw out, but they say statistically speaking that those have a higher rate of success. Look at the divorce rate in America where
But
we've
wait,
had the
you can't just give that statistic and not separate out which ones had a say in their marriage. That is an important factor.
do you know anybody who had an arranged marriage?
You laughing because you know I absolutely don't. Is that why you laughing? Because you
No,
asked
I
a
don't know.
crazy
You might
question.
know
You know
somebody who's
somebody in arranged
in
marriage?
a situation that could be tantamount to an arranged marriage. You think you know of any people that are in a like they didn't marry for love, or you suspect they didn't marry for love?
No.
Look at you trying to keep everything under your hat. I see that sly grin. You know something.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know no married people. I feel like,
Sure you do.
I mean, people that I knew without knowing you.
What do you think your earliest perception of marriage was?
No idea at all. That's an interesting question, and I really wish I had like a real answer about some realization I had or memory, but
You think it was like Aladdin, like a whole new world where it's
I don't.
true love,
I feel like
even through the disguises we put on.
so. I have some. You said true love, and that made me realize I have some kind of dichotomy in my mind about that. Like, I don't know. I think you can love multiple people. Do you know what I'm saying? Not at the
trying
same.
to be polyamorous.
No, not at the same time. Well, although
Man,
people do it every day, so it must be possible for some people to love two people at the same time. But I mean, like the whole love of my life thing. Like I think you can have multiple of those,
Gotcha.
but not at the same time.
But the reason why you
And I said that. I didn't finish my thought. I'm so sorry. And the reason I said that is because even though I feel that way, that there isn't one true love. I've always felt that way. There was never, you said that, did I ever thought like, ooh, my one true love? I've never felt just one and done. Never had that thought.
or that it was even possible. You think even as a child you were like, there's no such thing as
That's what I'm
true
saying.
love.
I can't ever. You're so stupid. You laughing because it sounds crazy for a child to think about.
Yes, I'm just picturing you as a child.
Like
just
how old?
sitting
Like
there
how old? You stupid.
having two dolls, like a boy and a girl doll.
Ken, my Barbie dolls.
Yeah, doing Ken and Barbie. Or maybe you were a real progressive child. Maybe you had two Barbies and you were like, we're not going to make it.
No, I probably had a Ken.
I'm in love with somebody else.
Okay. That's not what I said. I said you're not in love with them at the same time. Just like if
Time's up. My next true love
you're crazy, man.
awaits.
Well, how do you feel about it? Jeez, you don't know?
No, I do.
Oh, okay. How do you feel?
About what, though? You got to
You asked me. What'd you ask me? What was my first concept of marriage?
Okay.
Okay, what was yours?
It was probably
Probably.
based on,
But so you don't know for sure what your first one was?
well, my primary example would be
Your parents.
my parents.
Right.
But then it becomes that for us growing up, reflected off of TV, and also whenever you start experiencing, families outside of yourself.
But you don't
So your
have.
first glimpse is internal within whatever your family
Yes, you're
unit or
giving me general
dynamic is.
stuff. I said, what's the first thing you realized about marriage or think you understood what it was?
I mean, I guess you don't.
I feel like that's really nebulous.
Yeah. So it just it keeps getting shaped over time. It keeps getting modified and changing. So you start out with whatever idea you have. It's usually something idyllic, and then it gets whittled and chopped away by the harsh reality of the world over time.
My God. What? I didn't think you meant change like that. I thought you just make it more realistic. You make it sound whittled and what'd you say? Did you say whittled and hacked?
Who's an example of people in popular culture that you think are
a fake couple? I don't.
No. I'm not saying a fake couple.
I think anybody who's together decided to get together.
That seem like they're in love.
Ooh, I like this, but no, you put me on the spot. Nothing's gonna come to me. Oh,
First
no.
person that jumps in your mind.
Nobody.
Nobody.
You singing Keith Sweat? That was, oh my God, I ain't heard that in so long. That was my jam. I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay. Fun couple. I don't know. Dang.
I didn't say fun couple.
Oh, what'd you say? In love couple. In love couple.
Jesus.
Please. You stupid, man. I don't know.
There is no modern classic romance figureheads to look up to.
No. Can I go back to Bogey and Bacall?
Those would be the most recent ones you can think of.
If when you put me on the spot like that, I just... Okay, how about you? Surely you must have a couple.
Bogey and Bacall are in the vicinity, closer to the vicinity of this movie.
Oh, yeah, that's true. What about you? Celebrity couple who looks truly in love.
Yeah, one doesn't spring to mind. The first ones, all the ones that spring to mind are people who are not together anymore.
Oh, no. So, but like who then?
You just think of... Well, the first one that came to mind, I think just because their well-publicized recent breakup. It was probably from seeing a year-end wrap-up Reddit post of huge couples that broke up. But was Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban splitting up, which any of this information is stuff I'm like, why do I even know about this?
And they look like a really in love couple to you?
No,
I've never
they
seen
don't.
them together.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
what
I'm sure they
my
are, but
point
I've
was
never
the
sought
first
them
thing
out.
that came to mind to me was just all the well-publicized celebrity breakups.
Oh, I got one. No, never mind. That's just me wishing for people to be together.
What do you mean?
Like I thought. I've always wished Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling would have worked out.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And yet you loathe Ava Mendes.
No, look at you lying on me. I'm going to have to cut this out. Stop lying on me.
Well, how do you feel about her?
I don't know her.
You don't think she can act good?
I didn't say that.
You don't like her acting.
She's not for me, yeah.
And it bothers you if she's in something. It's a detraction and a distraction.
It depends. Because like maybe if I go back and watch... Was that a Fast and Furious she was in with the rat to the chest? And I feel like I believed her in that, but it's been so long ago.
You believed her in that?
Yeah. Like
she didn't bother you in it?
Correct. That's what I mean.
Okay.
But again, I could be making that up.
Black and white. Black and white.
Welcome to Black and White Movie Night. I'm Black.
I'm Brittany. I'm Black.
Listen,
I'm Brendan. I'm white.
Today we're reviewing The Apartment from 1960. Written by Billy Wilder and I.A.L. Diamond. Also directed by Billy Wilder. Starring Shirley MacLaine, Jack Lemmon, and Fred MacMurray.
Do you remember the character names?
Yes. Fran Kubelik for Shirley MacLaine. Jack Lemmon was C.C. Baxter. And Fred MacMurray was Mr. Sheldrake.
Do you remember what CC stand for?
Oh no, I didn't think that was important. You wrote it down?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Calvin.
Okay. I'm not gonna guess. What?
Clifford.
Calvin Clifford.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. So this won 5 Oscars: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Writing, Story and Screenplay, Best Set Decoration, and Best Editing. And then, of course, it was nominated for 4 others.
Do you think Fran was short for Francis or Francine?
Yeah.
I'm saying, which do you think it was?
Francine. Are you sure they didn't even say Francine?
I don't recall. I just remember them saying Fran.
I feel like maybe the brother-in-law called her that. I don't know. Anyway, she looks more like a Francine than a Francis. You don't agree?
No, I was just curious what you thought.
So, Mr. Billy Wilder, I'm a fan. He's directed a bunch of movies I've seen multiple times, like Midnight from 1939, Ball of Fire, Major and the Minor, Sunset Boulevard, and Sabrina.
Well, which of those is your favorite?
Midnight, absolutely, with Claudette Colbert. Remember, I thought that's the one I owned on DVD and I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe I made up a memory of buying it, but I doubt it. It's got a dark blue cover with yellow font. I gotta find it. It's really
I
upset.
hope you do one day.
Okay.
All right. So what year is this set?
1959. But I want you to know now the calendar don't add up to what they got going on at the end around Christmas.
Such a good year. Year my daddy was born.
Please. You heard
How old
me?
was CY?
7. You heard me? Their calendar's not real.
Okay.
That's all.
What bearing does this have on the
Nothing, none
movie?
at all. I just thought it was interesting
How
that they
did you
didn't.
identify that the calendar was not real?
We can save it to the end because that's when the discrepancy comes in.
Well, you brought it up now.
If it's 1959,
Stay tuned later for an interesting tidbit about the fake calendar.
that's funny. That's funny. All right, buddy. That's real funny. So I'm. Wow.
Okay, so where are we in the world?
New York, Manhattan to be exact. And we're listening to a voiceover from C.C. Baxter, but he says a lot of people call him Bud. He starts off,
Did anybody call him Bud?
buddy boy.
But did anybody call him Bud?
No.
Okay.
Did that bother you?
No, I didn't even notice it until you were rewatching sections. It completely was lost to me. I didn't clock it at all. But C.C. Baxter stood out. It's a memorable name. It seemed like they wanted the names to be standouts, like easy to remember, or not easy to remember. Actually,
They were hard to
difficult
say,
remember,
yeah.
but they were memorable.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
Kubelik,
I was just, Kubelik, Kirkby, Dubish.
Sheldrake,
Yeah.
Dobish.
Dobish. Yeah.
There we go again. The money.
What did I say? Dobish?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, you did.
Okay. We focus on the building where he works, which is called Consolidated Life Insurance Company. He's on the 19th floor. Is this a real insurance company? Surely not.
I don't know.
Surely they would just make up a fake one so they didn't have to, be careful. He's worked there for 3 years and 10 months. His take-home pay is $94.70 a week. Would you like to guess what my quick research said that would be in today's dollars?
$1,100.
1,046 and some change. Good job.
He's one of 31,000 something employees.
That's insane to me. And that staggering work times, that didn't even cross my mind. That's neat too. I wouldn't even think,
Well, explain what it is.
Oh, what he was saying for the elevators to accommodate all the workers, their work times, like when they clock in and clock out, are staggered by floor.
The skyscraper that he works in is
Huge.
the entire company.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody works there. So all these 31,000 people are having to use these elevators to get up and down.
That's just crazy.
And I thought you were going to elaborate more on like how the elevator staggering worked to alleviate that.
I don't know. I don't remember no specific times. I already said the work times, clock in and out staggered. What more explanation do you need?
Yeah, you could say like, so everybody gets off 5 or 10 minutes later. They get off at odd times, 8:50 to 9:20 or whatever.
I think it was more than just like 5 minutes. I think it was.
How long do you think an elevator
know.
takes to go up 19
I don't
floors?
know. So he's killing time at work. It looks like everybody's gone home. He's still at his desk typing. And he says he wasn't able to go home yet, but he doesn't tell us why. Then we catch up with him. He's waiting in the street in front of an apartment.
In front of a building.
Okay. Yep.
An apartment building. And then we see two people cavorting with each other inside.
No. A woman is dancing to music. And a man is like adjusting his tie. He's helping her put her necklace back on. And she's still trying to have a good time. He's trying to go. She asks whose apartment this is. Then we go back outside to Baxter.
That's what I said. You see two people cavorting inside the apartment.
What cavorting mean?
Carrying on.
Carrying on like what?
Like,
they weren't carrying on.
Yeah, but they were interacting with each other inside the apartment.
Not at that moment. She was
insinuation is that
dancing
it
and
was-
singing to herself, and he was putting his tie on.
Okay, yes. But the scene that is being set is these two were up to something.
Yeah, they were hunting.
Okay. Cavorting.
Yes, but you said it like we saw them in the act.
Golly. They say a martini. Did you catch that?
I don't even know what you're talking
I
about.
meant to look it up.
As a drink, it's a drink.
Mix me another martini. Yeah.
Maybe it was just an accent
I don't know.
saying
I don't think so.
martini.
I think they said martini more than once.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
So a woman walks by and is making conversation, and by her actions, we can tell that that's his apartment building. Can we assume that yet? I did anyway. He goes over how much his rent is per month since he got the AC put in, the landlord, and we see the AC in the window, so we know for sure this is his apartment.
You remember what he paid?
Yeah. Before the AC, it was $80 a month, and after it was $85.
So 1 week of his salary going towards it.
22.439% to be exact.
And yet, his neighbor is a doctor, a seemingly successful doctor, but they cohabitate at this apartment building where rent is $85 a month.
What's the problem with them saving their money? That's how you get ahead. What, you want him to be in a different, more expensive place? Because the apartment was plenty big.
Oh, the doctors, they got paid less back then?
I didn't say that. I'm just asking I want to clarify what was the problem with the doctor staying in his apartment. You're implying that either the doctor makes not enough or Cece makes a lot.
Well,
or
he didn't
Baxter
seem
makes
like a young new doctor. He seemed like an older guy. So he's still saving?
Yeah, please. Why not? Still
Who's he
got
saving
kids.
for? Were there kids running around?
Maybe they're grown and they want to leave them money when they're gone. What's wrong with you, man?
Got me living in squalor so that the future generations can carry on.
I'm sorry. Please tell me you're exaggerating. You thought he lived in squalor?
I mean,
Jeez.
compared to what a doctor's lifestyle is depicted as.
Okay. I think we just...
You see how big the insurance company is already in 1959. Doctors must have been making money too if insurance companies were that big.
Okay.
I mean, I guess he doesn't specify what kind of insurance he works in. Did he say? What did he do? Claims?
Consolidated life. What do you mean? Life insurance? That's
So
not life
there's
insurance.
only life insurance? Okay.
No. Because when they're naming out floor, somebody works in automobile or something, if I'm not mistaken.
So they do like everything. Okay, so are we going to get this out of the way or we're going to save it for later?
What?
I mean, it does get worse as the movie goes on. This premise.
Oh.
The
It's
entire
preposterous
conceit
to
of
you?
the movie.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's not till later that he plays... I don't know which one's which in The Odd Couple. But I know he's the neat freak one.
Okay.
The anal retentive, like...
I didn't
wants
see The
everything
Odd
clean.
Couple.
I've never seen The
For
Odd
some-
Couple either. Not the one with him in it. I've seen The Odd Couple 2, the sequel that they made like 40 years later. That I'm sure was basically like the grumpy old men version of the first one. I mean, that's what Grumpy Old Men was. Did you see that?
Well, who's in Grumpy Old Men? The man from Dennis the Menace and...
The man from Dennis the Menace?
Yeah.
I feel like as a
He was
classic
also in
movie
Charades.
Aficionado.
He was also in Charades.
Charades?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it just charade?
Probably.
Yeah, singular.
Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn movie.
Mm-hmm. So this premise, you don't think?
Yes, of course. It's crazy. It's like a rom-com.
I feel like if this were in
Correct.
a movie that I asked you to watch,
Is it modern?
No one would ever do that. You would let someone hunch in your place?
I was gonna get to that, but yeah,
Okay.
there ain't no way he washing them sheets.
They don't go
that
out
often.
Yeah. You see what he goes through for everything else.
Yeah, how he cleans it. It's just cigarettes and liquor bottles and random belongings.
Yeah. So he's Airbnb-ing his apartment before, 60 years ahead of its time as far as what he's doing.
Well, he's not getting paid in cash though. He's getting paid and having a good word be put in for him and get him promoted.
So the whole
Although it doesn't sound like it started like that's not how it started. The first time was innocent, I think. I can't remember the explanation.
So all of his superiors at Consolidated Life, or 4 of them anyways,
Horish.
are taking turns on different days of the week using his apartment as the location where they can have affairs outside of their marriage, and they're fucking their mistresses in his apartment while he's not there, to the point where all of his neighbors can hear through the walls and think that he's fucking women 24 hours a day. Like, that is the
not
central...
24 hours a day, but every night he's busy.
Yeah.
And sometimes
they
a double
hear
header.
music and, yeah.
Music, dancing.
So that's going on
liquor bottles.
constantly, and that's what the plot of this movie centers around.
I'm actually, the more you describe it, the more I can see this working in modern day.
Yeah, but in 1960, and especially in, they weren't busting out with the rebellious culture of the late 60s and into the 70s. So this didn't seem like a
How do you know, really?
counterculture type of film in that regard. And I mean, it is all but spelled out that that's exactly what happening. I mean, it doesn't show him like going to get in the bed and like he steps in a puddle of Mr. Sheldrake's cum or something, but
They didn't imply it at all. It's just something you're not supposed to think about, I mean.
yes, but that's the obvious first thing that your mind had to have jumped to that during it, or you were just watching it like,
No, I thought about it.
okay, and it didn't bother you watching it now? I feel like maybe once upon a time you watched it and you just get that glossed over,
Yeah.
A older movie, and it comes from a more innocent time, so you're not thinking about exactly the extreme nature of what it's showing you, but that's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's 4 different people, 4 different women, or it's different women all the time. They're picking up women from
Sometimes.
bars and restaurants or from wherever in New York City. And there was way less accountability then as far as who you were or being able to verify who anybody is or where they live or what the hell's going on. This movie is nuts.
Okay. I've never thought about it in those terms, like how preposterous the concept is, but I just thought silly. I didn't
And it's
take it
not
to
like-
that extreme, though.
You don't like going into the bathroom after somebody takes a shit like immediately afterwards, and he's like rushing back into his apartment after they just finished fucking, and he's going in there to like, he doesn't even watch the TV. He like turns on the TV and eats a little bit of dinner and then immediately goes to bed.
He does watch TV. He just can't find anything good.
Yes, but it's very brief. He's been waiting outside and all he
Yeah, the man was
wants to do
supposed
is-
to be out by 8 and he was late. So we find out he's waiting for somebody to come out of his apartment. He walks upstairs reaches down to get something from under the mat, and it's his key, so he could let himself into his apartment. So he starts cleaning up a little bit. He's has a whole bunch of liquor bottles that he sits outside his door. So what are we thinking? They had trash pickup in his apartment building. That's nice, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine what's going on there.
Because the doctor, he set some bottles out too one night. And the doctor just tells him that he needs to slow down. Like, he's living a fast life. And he's like, sometimes you have a double header. And he also asks, at the rate he's drinking, he should think about donating his body to research. So he goes back in, finishes cleaning a little. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped a part.
Yeah, but he's saying you should donate your body to research, implying like, I can't believe you are as together as you are. Like, your body should be falling apart, burning the candle from both ends and drinking that much. He's like,
yeah,
you must be having problem with your kidneys or something like that. It's also like a very, what's his name again?
Who?
The neighbor.
Dreyfus, Dr. Dreyfus.
Okay, yeah.
It's also very, what about him?
He's like New York Jewish doctor.
What about him?
Like a stereotype.
You said something else before you started this that I needed you to connect to why you were talking. What were you saying about the doctor? You were just saying
just
that.
like an old stereotypical New York Jewish
So you're just describing what he looks like?
Yeah, no.
So right before this, sorry, this is what I skipped. As he's getting the key from under the mat, the doctor's wife is coming home, or she steps out. I don't know, because she hears him make a noise and asks about what all the noise was about at his house. She could have swore he was having a party. And then after he first gets in the house, the guy who was hunching a lady who also works at the insurance place, he comes back and he says the woman forgot her galoshes, and he's looking around for him. He tells Baxter that he's going to put in a good word with him for Mr. Sheldrake, who's the boss. I guess. What is he, a CEO, you think?
Yeah, whatever. He's the big boss.
He's the big
as
one
far
of
as
them.
we're concerned.
And the man also tells Baxter that he's out of alcohol, so he needs to pick some up. And Baxter replies, "You still owe me for a couple of other bottles." Okay, so I do not know what, I mean, galoshes are rubber.
They're just like rain boots.
But if they're full shoe on their own, or are they not covered?
Yeah, for snow.
So it's a full shoe itself. It's not a cover.
Yeah, no, that's like, they're like boots. But they're usually like big enough where you could, if you had a smaller shoe, you could stick your whole shoe inside of it even.
There's no way they make galoshes for somebody with a foot my size.
I'm sure they do.
I've never seen these. Do people still use them?
I'm sure they do, yeah. They might not call them galoshes, but I'm sure the concept is still there.
I'd love to see one.
You're just a click away.
I'm trying to imagine a shoe big enough if I already have one. Oh.
Just picture an oversized version of your garden boots.
Yeah, but you only put them on like, what, sandals or dress shoes? Like if I had on high heels, I wouldn't put on galoshes, right?
No.
That's what I was like.
Don't be a fool. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you said you
would
fit
do that?
your smaller shoe into it. What smaller shoe?
It's like, I wouldn't put my mittens on over these Freddy Krueger.
Yes, but
knife
I don't
hands
see
that I
any
have
shoe
on.
fitting into another shoe. Unless it's like a bendable ballet slipper. Is that what you're talking about? It doesn't
I
matter.
don't know what to tell you. Galoshes. Look it up. Don't you have an iPad right in front of you?
So he microwaves the dinner. He starts surfing the TV, and I really appreciated the detail. He sits his Coke bottle on the table, and you can see all the other watermarks and the same circular pattern, which informs us this is his routine.
You remember what was on the TV?
Well, he kept clicking, so no, I don't.
Grand Hotel.
Yes, uh-huh.
They keep false starting like...
It's always
That's
in the
big.
bed.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And that's a real movie, yeah?
Yeah.
You seen it?
No, I have not. It's on my list. I don't know why I didn't get around. I've only seen little pieces of it, little scenes. The original.
You remember who was in it?
I know Joan Crawford is in it. I think of Barrymore. I don't know which one. Maybe both. I think Greta Garbo's in it. I could be making this up though. Greta Garbo. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I feel like this is another. I mean, I don't know. You've seen more older movies than me.
You feel like this is another what?
Was there often referencing of other? Because that couldn't have been a much older film, right?
40s.
Okay.
It's 15 years. So that's not strange, right?
Okay.
That's acceptable time limit.
Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, you see how he goes through the channels on TV.
What does that mean?
He's got a remote control, even in 1959.
Okay, which means what?
Do you remember what it was like?
No.
It was a little dial, like a turning knob that was in a little device next to where he was sitting.
Yes, but what?
There were only 3 channels.
What about the technology? What about it?
I just thought it was interesting.
I thought you were saying it in relation to why would Grand Hotel be on? I thought you were saying something like that.
No, I'm just saying that the remote control was neat.
Oh, shoot. 1932. I must have been thinking about a remake. 1932, not the 40s.
Damn, 1932, and you think they already made another version of it?
They did it in 1959, but they could just be the same title. I didn't click on it.
And what information did you get about galoshes?
I didn't. Oh, yeah, that is the same kind of Grand Hotel.
Okay, so then we get interrupted with a phone call. Ring, 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 ring.
He's in bed sleeping, by the way, when this phone call comes through.
Yeah, this is after he threw in the towel early on watching TV and finishing his dinner so he could slip into his wet, sex-moistened bed.
He changed the sheets, man. And he took a sleeping pill, we find out, after he answers the phone.
Yeah, so he didn't have to deal with his own life choices. Just knock himself out.
And on the phone is Mr. Dobish in administration. He wants to use...
Dobish.
I said, ch.
Yeah, you said Dobish.
Dobish. That's funny, Dobish. Dobish in administration. He wants to use the apartment for 45 minutes. He's met a woman, and he says she looks like Marilyn, and she does her best in Marilyn Monroe voice impression. I thought she did a good job.
Did you think she resembled her at
Oh,
all?
I didn't look at all. I didn't look at that.
You closed your eyes and listened.
No, but I
to
like
her voice.
her impression was so good to me. I didn't care what she looked like. She had blonde hair, I know, or a wig. Anyway, he says he'll put Baxter in the top 10 in the efficiency report he has to turn in if he'll let him use his apartment. So Baxter relents.
And then he surrenders the apartment. He forewarns that there's no alcohol.
And yeah. And just stuff is out because people, anyway, it just sounds like there's been a lot of traffic in his apartment for a while now.
Yeah, and there's other gags too. We forgot to mention whenever the first guy was leaving, he's like, "You don't have those little crackers.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the little crackers?"
But I did mention he asked for more alcohol and he said he still owed him.
Yeah.
So as this couple is getting there, the neighbor, he sees the other lady waiting and he doesn't see Baxter, but he assumes a woman is going to be for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he calls out to his wife that he's at it again. The neighbor is. Next morning, we get to work and we notice that Baxter has a cold.
This is, I mean, he's doing fine, but he's doing it. It's like stage acting level of cold. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
I'm really feeling under the weather. Achoo!
kind of
It
like
was
pulling
better
out
than
the
that, but
handkerchief.
yes.
But yeah, it's very,
Over the top.
yeah, it's a very performative cold.
Okay. Does that fit with the tone of this movie? Like, does that let you understand how this movie is going to be? Or did you think it was too much? That the way he acted, the Cole?
No, but it did do a lot of skirting between that level of almost madcap and kind of light and fanciful versus as serious as trying to take your own life overdosing on pills. What about you? You thought it struck exactly the right tone?
I thought it was in line with the tone. Yeah. It didn't bother me.
Okay.
So he meets a woman, or we're introduced to somebody named Fran Kubelik, in the elevator. And he's giving her some statistics on how many people catch a cold or whatever. So they have some little back and forth. He sees Dobish in the coat room. He sees somebody in the coat room, and he lets them know that he ended up sleeping outside because the key that was left under the bed was the wrong one, which is why he has a cold.
Yeah. He was outside until 4 a.m.
when he had to bother his landlady to let him in.
Yeah.
Which is the lady who passed him the first time he was waiting outside. And so he gets to his desk, and he starts calling all these different men to shuffle around what days they can use the apartment because he wants to go home and rest since he's so sick.
Yes. And this isn't him flipping through his contacts. This is him sitting down and flipping through a written out Rolodex of names and numbers, and all the phones are still rotary phones too.
Mm-hmm.
So they're having to do number by number, calling between all of his supervisors who are sowing their seed all over his domicile.
Jesus Christ. Sowing their seed? That sounds disgusting.
Well, they are. Just picture that place as being it's a whorehouse, essentially.
They
As
don't get
far
that
as
much action.
from a hygienic standpoint,
Okay,
it
all right.
is.
And in the meantime,
They even make it a point later. He's like, well, I do this, and he basically indicates that he's not that clean of a guy either.
Who?
Jack Lemmon.
When? How?
I don't remember. It's something he says about like doing the dishes, or
No.
he makes some sort of comment.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He uses a tennis racket as a spaghetti strainer.
That's just because he doesn't have all the proper utensils. But he says nothing about dishes. He says he will do the dishes. And the neighbor's like, if you do them, you'll break them. So don't touch them. Is that what you're talking about?
No, there's
Okay.
something that he says related to hygiene that,
You're crazy, man.
yeah, the place is not a wreck, but because of how much he works, because he talks about like working whenever he's not getting paid and finishing stuff up after other people leave.
To kill time while his apartment is being occupied.
Yeah,
So you're saying he doesn't have a lot of time to clean up.
exactly.
So in the meantime, the executive has sent the apartment key back to Baxter. And whatever key Baxter had, he's put in the envelope to get sent back to the executive.
Yeah, and they just have like some inter-office or intra, what would that be?
Ooh.
Courier who runs shit back and forth so they don't even have to bother.
Must be intra within, right? Yeah. So after that happens, Sheldrake, who is the big boss we mentioned earlier, calls him to the office. And while he's in there, Sheldrake calls his wife and tells him he won't be home. And his secretary, Miss Olson, is listening in on her boss's conversation. He offers Baxter some tickets to the Music Man, and eventually he comes out with it that he wants to borrow the key
Have you seen
to his
Music
apartment. No. Have you?
Man? No.
Do you know what it is? Like the synopsis or whatever it is?
The basic idea, from what I understand, is this charlatan goes to a
Charlatan?
small town and tells them that he's going to sell them a bunch of instruments.
Okay.
And I don't know, something that's...
What? That's how it ends?
I don't know how it ends. That's all I know about it. I'm just sharing you the only information that I know.
A charlatan goes to a town and tries to sell them instruments.
Yes, and then
Where's the...
I'm sure it has a happy ending because I don't know people talk about how terrible the Music Man is and how depressing it is. I
You
know
say
it's not.
they don't say that?
No. I mean, just from the title alone, the impression I get is lighthearted fare.
Next, we catch up with him waiting at the elevator. You didn't ask me nothing, and I forgot what we was talking about.
Music Man.
What about it? I hadn't seen it. That's all you know is a charlatan go to a town, try to give them music. What else was there?
Yeah, you could have made a comment.
You ain't give me the whole synopsis. I can't comment on the half
I
synopsis.
shared what I knew, and you're like, well, that you could have said like, well, that sounds.
You
dumb,
knew that was
or-
a half story when you said it. Trying to get me to comment. You didn't give me all the information. Crazy, man. Next, we catch up with them waiting at the elevator. And one of the people who gets off the elevator actually is the woman who was in his house the first time we went into his apartment. And she's complaining about how she only got taken to somebody's apartment because nobody knows whose apartment they're going to except the men. He sees Fran. He invites her to.
She says like,
I thought I was going to be getting steak and champagne. Instead, I got hamburger.
In some schmuck's apartment.
yeah, schnook.
Oh,
Schnook.
okay.
It was a specific place though. She said, was it Hamburger Heaven?
I don't know.
Anyways, yes, he overhears this while he's dabbing his nose with a handkerchief. Go ahead.
Nothing.
Something.
You like that scene a lot. You thought it was important to come in and say exactly what she said.
No, I just remembered. I don't have notes. I have hardly any notes.
Oh, okay. All right, buddy. So
'Cause
he
when
invites.
I watched it by myself because you decided to go to sleep, you started off by saying, I'm not taking notes this time. I'm too tired.
So Fran eventually comes down from the elevator. He sees her. He invites her to Music Man. She says she has plans. He asks if it's serious. She says it's not, but the person's been trying to meet up with her all week.
Wait, I got a note
Okay.
here. Kirkaby,
What about him?
he make a dumb comment
Oh, yeah? To who?
to CC Baxter about Fran.
When do you think this
It
happens?
says something like, wouldn't mind being on a slow elevator to China with her.
It didn't happen in this scene, but okay.
Okay. I thought it happened before this scene is what I'm saying.
That's okay.
In like her introduction scene.
Well, it was
Anyways,
a long-
this is
a long
stupid.
time
Doesn't
ago.
make sense if that is, was that something people used to say, you think?
How would I know?
Slow elevator to China.
Yeah, he want a lot of time with her. It's going to take a long time to get to China.
To China? China.
You ever
is
heard
up.
of hyperbole?
Yeah, but it still.
So eventually he wears her down. She says that she will meet him at the lobby at 8:30. Then he starts telling her all this information he knows about her. Apparently he pulled her, what do you call it, a group card? Some insurance, something. He just got an info because he works at the building. It's a little creepy, but whatever. So we stay with Fran, and she heads to a bar, a Chinese restaurant. I should say, not a bar. Sorry. And
Chinese restaurant where they do serve alcoholic drinks.
yes. And we see that the man she's meeting is Mr. Sheldrake. Uh-oh. He comments that she's cut her hair and that it's nice to see her again. Apparently, it's been about 6 weeks. Sounds like they had a fling for 2 months over the summer. And apparently, rich people in New York, their families leave the city for the summer. This was just like in Mad Men. They leave the city for
It's
the
the
summer.
exact same time period.
Well, we're in early 60s in Mad Men, no? Are we late 60s?
It's the same time period.
You're telling me there was no change between early 60s and late 60s in life? No, you're not telling me that.
1959.
Right? Is Mad Men early 60s or late 60s is what I'm asking. I can't remember.
Early.
Okay.
The election, Nixon,
Okay.
Kennedy.
Sorry, one
Jesus
alive, didn't
Christ.
kill. So she comes, they're talking. She says she can't stay long. He's sweet talking her. And finally, he says that he went to go see a lawyer that morning because he's actually going to ask his wife for a divorce.
You know Mr. Sheldrake, the actor from other stuff?
Yeah. Fred McMurray. You have too. I've shown you his stuff.
His stuff?
Well, I'm sorry. I've only seen 2 of his other movies. One is Double Indemnity, which I don't know how the hell. I missed the last 10 minutes. I don't know if I had to go somewhere or not. I haven't seen the last 10 minutes. And also, Remember the Night with Barbara Stanwyck. It was a Christmas movie we watched last year. So you recognize him?
No, he just has that familiar of that era kind of look.
Okay.
What about Shirley MacLaine? You know her from older movies primarily, or did you see later work by her first?
The first thing I remember seeing her in is still Magnolias, of course.
Okay.
And I've only seen 2 of her 3, including this one, 3 more. So Children's Hour with Audrey Hepburn. I tried to tell you about that one.
Okay. What did you try to tell me about it?
Well, it came up. I don't remember why it came up. Dang. I can't remember. I don't want to give anything. Yeah, I did. I said the kids accused them of being gay or a lesbian couple. It's a boarding school. And then she did a Hitchcock film called The Trouble with Harry. And I looked at her IMDb credits, and that was actually her first film role on that listed.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Hitchcock? Because I think the first thing I saw her in was probably Terms of Endearment, which
I
you've
haven't
never
seen
even
that.
seen.
Mm-mm. It's been on a list for a while, though.
And that's...
80s, yeah. 70s? 80s.
Yeah. So to me, it was... I hadn't seen anything where she was this young.
Oh, yeah?
And she's got to be, what? This is even... For her, this is still on the early side. What year was that Hitchcock movie? Do you have any idea?
Ooh, I was going to say... It has to be 50. This is 50. This is 60. I thought it was only like 3 years prior or something, like something short. Do you really care?
No, it's just strange seeing her in such a different...
What you mean?
Well, for Terms of Endearment or virtually anything else that came out after that, she's generally playing like a...
Serious role?
Well, no, but just like strong matriarchal kind of figure, I feel like.
Trouble with Harry
maybe...
was 55 and The Apartment was 60. Okay, 5 years in between. She got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 movies in between. 10.
I guess
or so.
in my mind, the image is more of like almost like a Judi Dench, like that stately
I don't actually
kind
know.
of...
Okay. You just mean her hair?
She has like a prestige,
Yeah.
like a pedigree to her. So
I
it
see
was
that.
very strange seeing
doesn't
her
have that now
in
this movie.
Yeah.
Right.
In a role where she's very young. She's, I mean...
It's a little comedic, sort of supposed to be.
No, but also like
What?
the elevator girl who's the mistress of the boss at the big insurance company.
What about
kind
it?
of...
What are you saying? It's a useless role? What are you saying?
No, I'm just saying it's strange seeing her in like what would be discarded is not the right role, but basically like a kind of a brushed aside character.
It is not. She's one of the main characters.
I know, but as far as the type of person that she is playing, she is a...
Okay.
I mean, spoiler
Flighty. I don't
alert.
want to say flighty. Okay.
Tries to kill herself after... Yeah, whatever. So they're in the Chinese restaurant.
So after this information that he's met with the lawyer to talk about divorce, she says one more time a little bit that she can't stay long.
It should be noted too that it's winter-ish time. It's fall in New York. It's cold out. Everybody's bundled up.
It's early November, yeah.
He
says November 1st when
she sits down and
introduces him.
Has a frozen
daiquiri
drink.
2 of them.
Yeah, a frozen daiquiri.
So people eat ice cream in the cold.
Is ordering
You
a
don't
frozen
know. I'm not
daiquiri
studying you. You
at
don't
the
know.
Chinese restaurant.
You don't know. So he was like, just tell me that you still love me. She says, I do. And then people from work walk in and they clearly don't want to be seen because they're having an affair.
Not just anybody from work. It's not a surprise. The surprise that is revealed from this later that we don't know yet, but you could infer from the circumstances, the secretary knows something's going on. She listened to the phone call, so she knew that he was going to be going to this place.
In case we missed it, the secretary is one of the people that comes in and sees them. Okay. Secretary was eavesdropping. What else?
It's revealed later that she was formerly a mistress of Mr. Sheldrake.
Yes.
Okay.
You had to spoil that early? What you saying?
No, it's
Okay.
just why? What is your?
I'm not really
stance
saying anything
against
about
talking about it
spoiling. I'm
here?
not. That was the joke, but like I don't.
You remember seeing this back in the day, and that was
I didn't see
something
this back in the day.
You had seen it before, though.
Yeah, maybe like could have been more than 10 years ago.
Okay.
So what are you saying back in the day? I saw it back in the day and felt like what?
Where does back in the day lie for you? What qualifies as back in the day?
Whew, 23 or older. Younger. 23 or younger, a long time ago.
Okay. Well, when you saw it for the first time over a decade ago, many a year ago.
Yes, what about it?
You weren't already having thoughts in your mind like, oh, there's something going on with the secretary here? You just thought, oh, it's people from work. Oh, that's his secretary?
I knew something was crazy. She was eavesdropping on the phone and how they make a point of showing her turn around and looking at her glasses like, You can't not notice or think that something's going on.
Okay, well, you're putting the screws to me for wanting to talk about it.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, so they hurry up out of there. Poor CC Baxter gets left at the post waiting in the lobby for her to come meet at the Music Man. You think he stayed for the play?
Well, yes, because Mr. Sheldrake had said he was going to be in the apartment, so he knows his apartment is being used. Baxter hails a cab, and that's where they head. He gives the address to head to the apartment. After they hop in the cab, then we go back to Baxter again. He's still waiting. The entrance is no longer crowded. Everybody has gone in, so he's checking his watch. So, yeah, we're to assume that he had to kill time somewhere since his apartment was occupied.
You want to see a play on Broadway?
Eventually.
Which play?
I don't have one in mind.
What type of play?
I don't
think
know.
You
Not
would
a.
enjoy. Not the Music Man.
I don't know. What do you mean that I would enjoy? I don't know.
Not Hamilton. We've already been through that.
I'm neutral. I'm not against seeing it, and I'm not like, ooh, I gotta see it.
So it would be more so just to tick the box of it would be neat to see a play on Broadway, not because of any.
I do know I don't want it to be something that a movie's been made out of, or if that. So I don't want to see anything like that.
Anything that's affiliated with any other material.
Yeah, I want this to be its own thing. Whatever
so you
I see.
don't want to see like Harry Potter and the Cursed Child or whatever it's called.
I didn't see the movie or read the book. I definitely don't want to see a play about it. So next scene, we're with Baxter. He's packing his desk, and it looks like he is moving into his own little office. He's now a second administrative assistant. And honestly, it's just a few yards away from where he was sitting before. It overlooks, or the walls aren't solid, at least towards the desk. So he could still see the area he was sitting in, but he's got promoted clearly.
Yeah, he just packs up his stuff and walks across the floor to the side of the wall. He also had made a bet with somebody about something.
Yes, the man he sits beside, about if he was going to get promoted before him. Yeah. And the man says he's been there 10 years?
He's been there longer than Baxter.
I don't know. Baxter's been there 3 and 10 months. So as he's moving his stuff in, the other executives walk in. So these are men that's been using his apartment. And apparently he hasn't let them in to use it in the last few weeks. And they're assuming that he has a girl. And as this is going on, and they're like, you owe us for helping you get this far, Mrs. Sheldrake walks in, and the men are acting like they've been congratulating Baxter, and they leave. Sheldrake mentions that Baxter has gotten a raise, and then he asks for a second key to be made because his secretary is so nosy. Like, she'll know something's going on if, they keep sending the key back and forth or whatnot.
Yeah.
And this is when Baxter returns a makeup compact with the broken mirror. He says he found it on his sofa when he got back. I do want to make sure it's clear, but I just said it, but it has been a few weeks since the Music Man scene.
But it's not Christmas yet.
Not Christmas yet. Nope. Sheldrake says the girl threw the compact mirror at him. And then he's like, girls get the wrong deal if you see them a couple times a week and they assume you're getting a divorce. And he was like, it's so unfair. And Baxter was like, yeah, especially to your wife.
So this is the first full exposure the audience has into what a piece of shit Mr. Sheldrake is.
Yeah, because at this point you can, I guess, assume that him and Fran are really in love with each other.
Because in the exchange that Baxter has with Fran when she agrees to meet him for Music Man, she's like, oh, it's a former, she doesn't say lover. What does she say? An old boyfriend or something like that. So we know that they had some sort of dalliance prior that didn't involve Baxter or...
You mean the apartment? What do you mean involve Baxter?
They weren't fucking at Baxter's apartment?
No.
So they were doing something somewhere, somehow. It
sounds like it
without his involvement.
Sounds like it was a hotel because she said something about making instant coffee and yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she just works the elevator because she fucked something up with a sec. Anyways, she hasn't been working there that long, so we don't know how long ago this was, but it's the recent past as well.
Their affair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it's been 6 weeks since when they meet at the restaurant, it's been 6 weeks since they've been together. Okay. And it lasted for at least 2 months. Do know that. Before Sheldrake leaves, he asks Baxter to put him down for Thursday, and he pencils him in. Now we jump forward a little bit. We start, you don't call it a telephone room. The cable operators, operator girls. I don't know.
Operator, yeah.
Okay.
Cable girls.
I was going to say that like the show. So we're in that room. It's Christmas. And we're on the lady from the apartment scene earlier who Brendan did the impression of about expecting champagne and steak and getting, I don't know, hamburger, whatever. So she's getting a call from somebody else in the building. And apparently there's a Christmas party happening on the 19th floor. So we jump to the 19th floor.
We all know who works there. CC Baxter.
We jump to the 19th floor. People are dancing on tables. You can see all the girls that were all the cable girls are exiting the elevator and they're heading to the party. One girl tells a joke not worth mentioning. Other people are kissing off in the corner. It's a wild time at the insurance company party is what we're supposed to gather.
Did you write down the joke, but you just don't want to mention it?
I did.
Well, what is it? You already.
I'm not going to say it the right way.
You might as well say it.
Because the beginning.
Try and tell it. Try and tell it like a real joke.
Jesus Christ.
Just try it.
Listen, I'm telling you, I can't tell it all. I wrote down the important words, but transition words are important as well.
Yeah.
So all I wrote down was, and then I tell him. Actually, it starts in the middle. She says, and then I'll tell him. I told him, you either got to get yourself a bigger car or a smaller girl. Is that funny? Did I have
funny.
to? It's funny.
Funny.
Please.
It's like she poured herself into that dress
Yes.
and she spilled some, or what did it say?
And it was obvious she spilled something like that. He's quoting a joke from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So,
Misquoting a joke.
yes. Baxter has a drink in his hand and he takes it to Fran, who is on the elevator. And she tells him, I thought you were avoiding me. You've only been in my elevator once in 6 weeks. And when you were in my elevator, you didn't take off a hat. Because in the previous exchange, she was saying how she thinks it's rude. Men get in the elevator and don't take off their hat, but he always does. He says he should be upset about being stood up, but he's really not. He puts the use other elevator sign up so she can come join him for another drink at the party. So he leads her in and he leaves her alone quickly as he fetches another drink. And this is when the secretary walks up to Fran and says, ooh, it's Miss Branch, manager from Kansas City. That's the lie the husband or Sheldrake used when he called his wife to say he wouldn't be able to make it home for dinner the first time we met him. She introduces herself. We find out that, that she had an affair with Sheldrake, and she goes through about 4 other people who have also worked in the building and had an affair with Sheldrake. So now
She
Fran...
also...
What?
Does she say her affair with him was 4 years?
Yep, 4 years ago.
Oh, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Not that it lasted for 4 years.
Right. And she says, yeah, it's always the last booth in the Chinese restaurant, which is where him and Fran were sitting when they met up last time. And it's always some pitch about divorcing his wife. So Fran is realizing, oh no, she's been a stupid fool. Baxter returns with the drink. He can tell something's wrong. He asks if anything's wrong. She says no, but he can tell.
He also discloses that at this point he's already had 3 drinks. That he's been cutting loose, and that's why he's being so forward with her.
She asks how many. He says 3, but holds up 4 fingers. That'll come back around as a joke later on. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, look at you not paying attention. So he leads her to his office, which again, everybody can see inside of it. It's like glass, the whole front part of it. So he asks her for her opinion on this hat, which is, I don't appreciate the hat. It's ugly to me.
The bowler hat?
Yeah. She says she likes it. He tilts it. She says it's even better, but she's given half-hearted answers at this point. Like, she's clearly upset. He tries to ask her out for tonight one last time.
What about Jack Lemmon? You had seen older movies with him in it before you saw...
I think I saw some like at Hot before I saw this, but that's it. And I feel like I saw... What's the older movies in? Is it The Odd Couple? I don't know.
Grumpy Old Men.
Okay.
I already mentioned it.
Yes. I think I've only seen him in that, but I didn't know who he was when I saw it. Plus, I remember nothing from that movie. This and some like a Hot. What's my...
Pretty much the entire 90s he spent doing variations on The Odd Couple.
Oh, yeah?
With Walter Matthau.
I don't have a strong opinion about him. Why? What do
I
you
was
feel
just
about
curious because this is more of the beginning of his heyday. I mean, Some Like It Hot was before this.
Mm-hmm.
Was that?
This was also Billy Wilder.
Yeah, but these were like the big breakthrough roles for him. I don't know what he did prior to that. Not that I'm a Jack Lemmon historian, but seeing him as an actor younger too is something that kind of throws me for a loop because he's was so well revered by the 90s and he died I guess in the early 2000s or like right around then. He did a movie called My Fellow Americans that I remember really liking as a kid, which was basically like Grumpy Old Men, but it was him and James Garner playing former presidents that were, I guess, rivals with each other too. Anyways, it's just Grumpy Old Men as ex-presidents.
James Garner's with Shirley MacLaine in Children's Hour.
Oh, yeah.
He plays Audrey Hepburn's fiance, yeah. He tries to ask her out for the night. She says it's a bad day for me. He assumes it's just holiday busyness because it is Christmas Eve. I didn't mention that. She tries to go back to the elevator to work. She says she doesn't want to get fired. He was like, oh, I have some pull with Mr. Sheldrake.
Her countenance towards him is completely different, and he's
Indifferent.
clocking nothing at all about her disposition changing.
Yes, he
at the
did. He
gate.
says, are you okay when he comes back with the drink? But he lets it go when she says, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But yes, he should notice more. Like she's giving like 1-2 word answers.
Mm-hmm.
So he says he has some pull with Sheldrake and he'll put in a good word for a promotion. And he even says, look, I got a Christmas card from him. He hands her the Christmas card and it's him with his family. So clearly this is extra proof.
It's him, Mr. Sheldrake.
Yes,
his
sorry.
family.
Sheldrake with his family. Extra
Not
proof.
C.C. Baxter standing there with Sheldrake's family.
Extra proof that Sheldrake is not on the way to a divorce. I guess you could take that as proof. He asks one last time if she's sure the hat looks okay, and she pulls out a mirror to show him, and it's the mirror he gave back that was already broken. So at this point, he has a realization that Fran has been having the affair with the Sheldrake.
Yeah. Now he realizes that he's been sleeping in the puddle of their lovemaking on his bed.
He looks very disappointed. At one point, like a look of disgust wash over his face, but it doesn't last long. It's more disappointment. But I was like, oh, he looked disgusted for a little bit.
This is where the movie should be over.
Over?
Yes.
What?
What you would continue
Who am I?
pursuing somebody.
He doesn't continue pursuing her. He's like, all right, it's done. I gotta let that go. He's just disappointed, but he don't continue pursuing her until something else. So like at this point, I think he has decided he's done.
Okay. But not done with letting Mr. Sheldrake fuck her in the place where he lives.
We don't know. Things change, so now we have to go with what happens.
Okay.
Maybe we're going to assume that he is going to let it continue because he likes the promotion he's gotten, but I don't know.
Either way, he's very sad.
And we should add that right before he finds out it was her, he was like, I can tell you're a decent person because based on the men that I've been hanging out with, meaning he knows shitty men or women, I guess. He was like, I can tell you're decent. Then he finds out she's not. I guess you could say that. The phone rings. He says it's personal, so she excuses herself, and it's Sheldrake calling to confirm plans to use the apartment later that night. There's a little Christmas tree. He says the tree's there and some Tom and Jerry mix in the fridge. I was going to look that up. Ever heard of it?
I have, in regards to Tom Collins, I know was a drink. I don't know if they just called it Tom and Jerry.
To
If
be
that
funny?
was a short form. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Because they say Collins. I'll have a rum Collins.
Yeah, somebody else says that.
And
Yeah.
then Collins was like the first huge mega cocktail, or one of the early super popular ones. I remember I had never heard of it, I feel like, until Meet the Parents.
Who drinks it at Meet the Parents? De
Uh,
Niro?
I don't remember anybody drinking it, but whenever Ben Stiller gets sent out to get champagne and stuff, and he gets Tom Collins mix, I can't remember. I remember that was the first time I clocked it.
So Baxter leaves. He's dazed. And as he's walking out, I think it's the same lady who was in his apartment the very first time. She's doing like a PG striptease on one of the desks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kirkby rushes to him and asks again to...
Yeah. She's not just doing a striptease she's standing on the desk, and everybody's like gathered around her. Like,
it looks like a
cheering
good
her
time
on.
at this party.
Everybody's
I was like, can you
yeah.
imagine having an office party like this? Look fun. Kirkby asks again to be penciled in for Friday, which is strange to me because that's actually going to be Christmas. Like, what a fucking piece of shit. Like, you're going to leave your family on Christmas to go. Anyway, I don't know what these men have going on. But again, Baxter's day, so he doesn't respond. Then we catch up with him at the bar and he's drinking and smoking. And I loved, instead of having him act super drunk, on the bar in front of him, all the olives on a toothpick he has laid out. And we can see so far that he's 6 fucking drinks in. A bartender brings him another and he adds that olive to the arrangement. So he's 7 drinks in.
Wrong.
No?
He's already been drinking at the office party, so he is
7 drinks at the bar, buddy.
Yeah. But
Oh, and you're going to say 10. He says 3, but holds up 4 fingers. Who knows how many he's had? He's not acting super drunk at the party, though. I will say that.
yes. So while you enjoy that he's not acting super drunk at the bar,
Yeah.
even though he's had
You was like he would be
double-digit drinks,
he would be passed out.
I'm just talking about as far as acting versus how he acted when he had a cold. And he's like,
So this is 2 toned down for you. This is 2 toned down for you. Is this 2 toned down for you?
It just
Too subtle. You're right. He is.
you would think he would be more indulgent with
yes.
how drunk his character is.
I agree with that.
Be.
While we're on drunk people, this is coming up, but I don't like Fred McMurray's drunk look face that he has during the New Year's Eve party. I was like, I even made a note about it. I was like, I don't like the way he
Oh, you
plays
thought
drunk.
he was trying to look drunk?
He makes this dumb, oh well, face there. I was like, oh, but anyway.
For those of you who can't see, Brittany is scrunching up.
Nobody,
her
none of
face
them can see. We're not
and
recording this.
Rocking her head back and forth to left and right.
All right. Like I said, he's a few drinks in.
He's many drinks in. And
There's-
this woman sitting at the corner of the bar.
Yes, there's a lady across the way.
Starts pulling straws out of the straw holder.
Paper.
And, I mean, so wasteful.
They're wrapped in paper.
Especially by today's standards, where we need to save the turtles, and we briefly entertained the idea of converting all straw usage to paper straws. And
I'm
then
still down for it.
everybody got so fed up,
With how soft they get so quickly.
just could not take it for any minor inconvenience.
Oh,
We're such
that's
a
funny.
fucking spoiled nation of pieces of shit, entitled fuckface.
You done cussing
Dumbass,
everybody out.
yeah.
Jeez. So she's
Have you ever done this before?
no, doesn't seem entertaining to me. I bet I couldn't even get her to fly that far anyway. She was good.
Yeah.
So what did she do?
Brittany spent her childhood sat in an empty room.
Reading. What did she do with the straw paper?
She rips off the bottom layer, leaving like a cap of paper on top of the straw, and then uses the other side of the straw to blow that as a little paper missile across the bar over at CC.
At Baxter to get his attention, but he's not noticing at all. So eventually she makes her way over. She says, if you buy me a drink, I'll buy you some music. Rum Collins.
Can you remember what CC stands for?
You asked me this
I know,
already.
I know. But now that you've been
Hold
told,
on,
I want to
'cause
see
I
if
know
you
it's
can
Clifford.
remember it.
What would go with Clifford? Not Carrie Clifford.
You think a man was Carrie with a C?
Cary Grant? Even though it's a stage name, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Charles?
Calvin
Clifford. Okay. What?
Nothing. Okay. So she strikes up a deal with him.
I guess I don't even want to call it confidence. I would never. I don't even care if I think it's love at first sight. I would never walk over to a dude and be like, buy me a drink. Because if they say no, I'll be like, dang. I would never do it. I feel like people do that in the movies all the time. But I guess you're supposed to be super attractive to get away with that.
I mean, that's not true. You probably just didn't
You've had a
spend-
random girl walk up to you and be like, buy me a drink?
I mean,
Answer no to yes or no, buddy.
I couldn't say specifically in those circumstances
What do you
of
mean
like
in
me
those
sitting there by myself.
You don't
and
have
a
to be by
girl
yourself.
walking
Has a
up to
girl
me.
ever walked up to you and be like, buy me a drink?
Not in that way, but yes, that has happened.
Okay,
I
can you
mean,
explain to me in what way then?
I don't have a specific example to cite, but
But what?
I also would not be the type I would be somebody who would offer to buy before being solicited
But you didn't
to
see her.
purchase a drink for them.
She didn't give you a chance to offer. She got off her stool because you didn't notice the paper she's blowing at you. And then she tells you what to do. So you would have did it, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, if I had 10 drinks already, I wouldn't even be able to see what they looked like.
So he does order it. And then she starts asking him how
Hey, whoa.
what?
She says, I'll buy,
If you buy me a drink, I'll buy you some music.
yes.
Rum Collins. She tells him what she's drinking. What's the problem?
Then she goes over to the jukebox.
Yeah.
She puts in money.
Yes. He orders the drink.
What song does she play?
Oh, I don't know. It's a Christmas song.
Yeah, it's a Christmas
So
song.
what's the problem? It's music.
I know, but you would be satisfied with that if somebody went up to the jukebox and played
Nobody's walking
Oh,
up to me
Little
being like,
Town
buy
of
me a
Bethlehem.
drink and I'll
Oh.
buy you music. I'm good.
Oh Little Town of Bethlehem.
Listen, I don't know what you want.
And there are people getting drunk at a bar. You think people really used to party and listen to God
It's
Rest
Christmas
Ye Merry
time.
Gentlemen?
I do think people used to take Christmas spirit much more seriously. You see Santa Claus in there fucking around.
Yeah. And he's drunk too.
Okay, there you go. Everybody's drunk.
Up on the housetop. Click, click, click. It's not like everybody was singing them together.
All right, I don't know what you want.
It also is strange that the jukebox had a bunch of Christmas music in it. You think they used to have
Yes.
to? I don't.
You saying
What?
it's
What am I
strange.
going to say? What am I going to say?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna. I was commenting on that. I don't think it's strange that it has Christmas music in it. Like,
Why don't you think that's strange?
I already told you. I feel like Christmas spirit used to be stronger, even for grown people.
I would think maybe in an instance of old jukeboxes that were, I mean, these were playing records
Okay, what are you saying?
that they would have to go in and change them out
Okay,
and change the selections. God, could you imagine how painstaking that would be to put it in the right slots to where you'd pick? You've used an old jukebox before,
no,
right?
no, I haven't.
Okay. So
You telling me
just
it's
saw that
complicated to
take
change
place?
it?
You would have to select, like you'd be picking from a vending machine, like B17.
Okay.
And then it would pick the record off and place it down and play the song, and that's how it would get played.
So what's the
And then
problem?
it changed to CDs. That would be a pain in the ass to go in there, open up the machine, reprogram everything, have everything listed out.
You mean just for
differently.
Christmas sake?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You should have finished
But
that
I guess
sentence
people
then.
had more time on their hands. I should have finished what?
The sentence.
Connecting that?
Yeah,
Connecting
yeah,
that?
I
You
needed
couldn't.
it fully connected, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
And if you're getting paid, then no, I think they'd be happy to do it. She asked about Castro
Why does she?
because her husband's in jail. He got caught dope. Oh, when he asked, is he part of the revolution? She was like, no, he got caught doping a horse. This lady, darn.
You know her?
No, I really enjoyed her voice, though. Her last name was Holiday.
She had another one of those. I can talk like this.
I loved her voice. So we skip to the apartment, and Fran is sobbing on the sofa, and Sheldrake doesn't know what's wrong. He was like, you won't even tell me what's going on.
The drunk lady at the bar, her husband is a jockey.
Yes.
That's why he was caught doping a horse.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess it would be strange for just anybody to be giving drugs to a horse. So he assumes that it's because he hasn't brought up the divorce again. And he was like, it's the holidays. You don't just stay married for 12 years and then break up with somebody on Christmas. But she eventually tells him that she talked to Miss Olsen. She gives him the Christmas present she bought, and it's a record of the guy who plays the piano at the Chinese restaurant. Rickshaw Boy, it says, something like that.
Yeah, only slightly
racist.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly he hadn't even thought about giving her a present, because he pulls out a stack of money. Well, not a stack. What do you call those? A money clip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he gives her $100 bill, and he says, I didn't have time to shop. Buy yourself something nice.
He also mentions about it would have been suspicious if he would have gone shopping for a gift for her.
He sticks it in her purse and says they have some nice alligator bags at Waldorf. I was like, look at this bitch. Was with his wife when she bought one, telling her to go get a nice bag at Waldorf. He says, it's getting late. I have to trim the tree, this is interesting to me. Who waits until Christmas Eve to trim their tree? Did people just used to get it the day before Christmas? And was that normal?
I don't know. I only know about how jukeboxes used to work.
Interesting. He also has 3 gifts. Like, who is shopping on Christmas Eve? Well, I guess a lot of people do.
Take what he's using as an excuse to leave at face value anyways.
But that's a thing in another movie. Oh, Christmas in Connecticut. The judge who's coming to marry them, he was like, I gotta go home and trim the tree. And it's like Christmas Eve. It's a thing back then, I guess.
What is trimming the tree?
I thought, after you let it fall, the bottom leaves fall. The bottom branches, and they be too low. But I don't know. What do you think it means?
I would think it's just clipping any wonky branches that are sticking out, just trying to make it look
Yeah,
uniform,
that's something you wouldn't.
You look picturesque.
Unless you just got the tree overnight. She's starting to get undressed, but he's like, I gotta go. She was like, oh, I thought as long as it was paid for, because she's clearly insulted about the $100 bills. And I should say the $1,000 if it's the day that she was getting. She was like,
now, do you think she would have followed through with it if he would have called her bluff? And
I do.
And then what do you think would have happened?
What do you mean?
So she would just be adding more insult to injury by letting him fuck her one last time.
I don't know what goes on here. And she says as long as it was paid for, and that upsets him. He was like, don't make yourself out to be cheap.
I would think $100 for a prostitute back then would have been.
I just said it's $1,000. Well, you know what I mean. It's a big deal, because if it's now $1,000 to be given as a Christmas present,
yeah, she'd be top of the line.
So it's insulting.
Couldn't
even be bothered to get a gift.
She is giving him the girlfriend experience, but he's married.
He says, I love you, and I'll see you Monday. She was like, and Thursday, and Monday, and Thursday. He goes to give her a kiss, and she's like, careful, lipstick. He'll have to wipe lipstick off his face.
Yeah, she leans away and has a dour expression on her face.
He asks if she's coming. I guess she needs to go to the subway. He needs to get to the train. She says, I want to stay and fix my face. He leaves. She puts on the record she just bought him, and she cries a little. Then she goes to the bathroom to wash her face, and she sees a bottle of sleeping pills. She takes a toothbrush out of a cup and uses...
Now, stop. Go back to the sleeping pills. This is prescription. This is in a prescription bottle with a printed label.
Also, he took, and they do make a mention of it before. When he first gets home, he takes a sleeping pill when that man calls to interrupt and asks him to use the apartment.
Yes, but what is on a prescription bottle of medication?
They do a close-up of it.
Yes,
and I don't remember.
But what else is on a prescription?
Oh, you mean the name?
Label.
Not there. I looked. His name wasn't on it.
Not on the part that they showed, but it would have been on the label.
What are you getting at? Could you tell me? I don't know what you're getting at.
It's his apartment.
Yes.
His stuff is there.
So you think she
Other
should have
people
saw his
use it.
name
Yes.
somewhere?
Yes.
She hasn't been rifling through the mail. This is a special bottle. Maybe back in the day, we don't know, that they would just, maybe they gave you a bag with your name on it and the inside just had the instructions. Like, I don't want to pin like his name should have been on it. We don't know that.
Yes. Well, either way, there would be, I feel like it was commonplace. There would have been something in there.
Uh-huh.
Some indicator of whose place it was.
And even if it said CC Baxter somewhere, Baxter could be somebody else's name. She don't know his first name.
She doesn't know his first
Mr.
name?
Baxter's what she calls him. He calls her Miss Kubelik. But he does know her name, though.
Mm-hmm.
Can I carry on?
Mm-hmm. And she's not stupid either. She
No.
knows that that's not his place.
Yeah. But I wouldn't have a burning desire to figure out whose place it is. What do you want her to rifle through his mail? What are you saying?
So you would...
I'm gonna be there. How about that? Let's start with that.
Who could have guessed that
Okay,
conclusion? Kill yourself in a stranger's apartment so they come home and find a random dead woman?
I was gonna say skipping ahead, when she comes out of it and she realizes it's Baxter's apartment, she was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know it was your apartment. I have a note. I was like, okay, even if it wasn't, you're just gonna leave your dead body in a stranger's apartment? Rude as fuck.
Lay down in the bed too.
Yeah, strange. So anyway, there's a toothbrush in a cup. She takes the toothbrush out, assuming she's filling the cup with water for pills. I was like, I better use that for mouthwash and stuff.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I guess you don't care if you think you're
Killing
about to
yourself.
die.
Yeah. So we're back to the bar.
Scoop the water out of the toilet.
Everybody's cleared out except Baxter and the wife of, oh yeah, she's married. Wife of the jockey. They're dancing cheek
We
to
can
cheek.
see the complete circle of 12 olives
14,
on the bar
I
now.
counted. You counted 12?
Oh, you counted 14? Okay, I didn't pause it. I just assumed since they showed before when it was half that at 6, it looked like a complete.
Bartender kicks them out.
They're dancing stupidly too.
Cheek
They're
to
like
cheek.
they're
They're drunk.
They're leaning on each other for ballast to even stay upright, and they're barely moving.
For ballast and not balance?
Yes.
Hmm.
Ballast.
Okay, go ahead.
The Santa is still there too. He's saying his goodbyes to the bartender. The bartender's
And that
cleaning
wig
up.
looks rough. It ain't curly no more on one side. It's straight as fuck.
Whose wig are you
The
talking about?
Santa. The Santa.
Oh.
He looked it rough. Looked rough. The bartender, eventually, he has to snatch the cord out of the wall for the jukebox to cut off. And that's when Baxter and the lady leaves. So they're going to the apartment. They walk in. He tells the lady to grab some ice because I guess they're going to continue drinking. And we should mention, he's been saying you should know that you're in the apartment of a lover, a real sex pot. Clearly, he's just talking about how all the neighbors thinks he's a ladies' man because of how much traffic his place gets. He sees gloves.
That's why it stinks like sex in here.
Yeah, he sees gloves and he acts like he doesn't want the lady to see because he's like, ooh, let me hide these. And I'm like, you already told her you were a whore, basically. Like, what's the problem? He also sees the record spinning, but it's done playing. So it's just making the, I don't know, what do you call that? A scratching
pop.
noise?
Click pop
Yeah.
noise.
And this isn't important at all, but when he is moving around the apartment and near the record and off to the side, there's the First Lady of Song, Ella Fitzgerald record. I was like, oh, look at him with some good taste.
That could have been one of the other guys.
No. So he walks into the room to toss the gloves in, which, again, strange that he cares if the other lady sees. And he sees Fran in the bed. And he's like, you gotta go, Miss Kubelik. I thought you were a decent person, blah, blah, blah. And she doesn't move. He tries to wake her, and he sees the empty pill bottle beside her. He runs to the phone, but he hesitates and thinks better about it. I guess he doesn't want there to be a scandal. And he runs to his neighbors, who is the doctor, Dr. Dreyfus, and begs him to hurry over.
Suddenly, it all makes sense why the neighbor is a doctor.
That you don't think belongs in that apartment. Okay, buddy. He throws the woman out, and she calls him a fink. She also called Castro a fink. What's a fink?
Fink, like a fraud, a phony.
And she was like, when I tell my husband how you treat him, he's going to come and beat you up. Like, he's in jail, though, so it's funny.
She's also, I guess, on that Christmas Eve, she seems
Lonely? What?
devoted to her husband,
But
who stuck
also-
there
yeah.
in jail, but is clearly okay with stepping out on him.
She
as
says
though,
she's
like,
lonely.
It's his. I mean, it is his fault for getting arrested in another country. You would be fine going and picking up a guy if I got arrested in another country?
We're
and couldn't
married.
Come home.
We're married. You got arrested in another country for drugging your horse. Did I know about this? Do I condone this behavior? Because that's different.
No,
If
I
this
got
is a
arrested.
shock
It
to
doesn't
me-
matter what it's for. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
matter what it's for. I'm just arrested and in jail and I can't come home.
I don't know how long you've been there, but bottom line, no, I wouldn't go pick up a strange. I don't understand the one night stands anyway. It grosses me out. I can't.
But you do believe in multiple true loves in a lifetime.
Yes, but not at the same time. Like if the relationship ends, like your life is not over. It's possible to fall in love again. Is all I'm saying. Why would that bother you?
No, I'm just asking.
Okay, because if I die when we get married and I die, you don't get to remarry since you only think that one love. That's how you act.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
You asked me. I said you're wrong.
So the doctor
You
is.
better not go to jail. I'm not waiting.
What would I go to jail for? Well, you got to divorce me first.
Being black.
That ain't funny.
You laughed.
So the doctor's examining her. He asks for help to get her to the bathroom. He's going to make her puke. Then he sends him to start some coffee. He comes back. You can hear her puking. And he sees an envelope on the bedside table. So he puts that in his pocket. Doctor comes out, sits her down on the chair. He injects her with something, must be adrenaline-like, right? No? What
I
do you
don't
think
think it's adrenaline.
I said like, adrenaline-like. Has to be something to try to reverse the sleeping pill drugs.
Okay, you have seen Pulp Fiction, I'm assuming, which is
ask
why
me.
you're thinking it might be adrenaline.
Oh, was that adrenaline?
Yes.
I don't know that. Listen, I don't.
But you know that scene. You know what scene I'm talking about.
I do.
And what happens whenever she gets injected with
She
that?
pops up like a crazy.
Yeah, she does. Does Shirley MacLaine pop up like
Oh,
crazy
but
when
I
she
can
gets
trust
injected?
Quentin Tarantino more than I trust Billy Wilder. How I know Quentin wasn't exaggerating. Because that's what you're going for. This seems more realistic to me. She just sort of comes too. I like that. I don't like no popping up shit.
So you think
I don't
the
think
more
about this
realistic
at all.
thing is that they injected her with adrenaline.
I didn't say adrenaline. I said adrenaline light.
To barely
Adrenaline light.
to barely bring her back to consciousness,
Barely.
and then the next step is to
Slap her real hard.
slap
repeatedly.
her real hard,
Yes, I think that's more realistic.
and then hoist her up and
And they
make her
drag her,
walk
basically.
around in circles around the apartment for hours, seemingly.
Yes.
While force feeding her coffee to
Yes.
get her the rest of the way awake.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sure less research was done for the apartment.
You're sure? You're sure though?
Yes.
I don't know about that. All right, so you heard everything that happened based on Brendan's not believing it. The doctor leaves and says she'll be asleep off and on for the next 24 hours. And he'll come back to check on her eventually. So
There's also this, I don't remember if it's focused on here. I think so. But there's been exchanges between the two of them like, well, couldn't you just help me out as a neighbor? Because he's got to report it. He says, I must report this.
he asked for her name.
Yes.
Okay.
And he talks him out of it by saying, well, couldn't you just be helping me out as a neighbor, not a doctor?
And this bothers you?
I feel like it should bother you, Miss Dudley Do Right.
Why do you always call me that? I think something's wrong with you.
I need to come up with Doris Do Right. That's something I got.
Why do you have this idea that I'm such a rule follower? Why?
Yes.
What's the rule?
To
What's the
your
law?
mind, you should be bothered by the
What's
fact
the
that
law
the
that you
doctor
would
is
like me to
supposed
break?
to report
What's the
it.
law that you would like me to break so I can convince you I'm not whatever you think I am? I speed all the time.
Consuming illegal substances.
You want me to consume an illegal substance? I got you.
What are you gonna do?
I'll have to think about it.
Adrenaline?
Yeah.
Some adrenaline
That
like
ain't illegal.
substance.
Well, you know what I mean. Next morning, he calls Sheldrake, person to person. You know what that means?
No. Do you?
I looked it up. I was like, is this something special? It sounds like a collect call, and you can ditch it if you want. But a person-to-person call is operator-assisted call, in which a calling party requires to speak to a specific named party and not simply anyone who answers. So I guess he wanted to go through if it was a wife who picked it up or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll get charged for the call only if the person picks up. And not at all if they're unreachable. So he asked Sheldrake to come over. We should mention it's Christmas morning. Sheldrake is playing with his kids and their toys.
Yeah, they got a train set going around the Christmas tree and
2 kids. He lets Sheldrake know about the overdose. His wife walks by. She's like, what's going on? He was like, oh, an employee had an accident. I don't know why they bother me with this kind of stuff. Anyway, he gets back on the phone. Sheldrake asks if he wants him to read the letter he found. Apparently, he says absolutely not. He was like, oh, it's just an idea. Fran wakes up and overhears him having this conversation, and she stumbles towards the doorway. And at this point, the last thing we can hear Baxter say, and she's standing in the doorway when he says it, is, I'll think of something to tell her, saying about Sheldrake calling, even though he didn't call him. He's going to make it seem like Sheldrake was concerned, basically. And this is when she realizes whose apartment it is. She's still out of it, but she says, I'm sorry. I had no idea it was your apartment. You should have let me die. So she's sitting.
he's like, oh, I didn't realize that was your vaginal discharge I was smelling.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's been going on for
Smelling
weeks.
vaginal discharge.
Well,
What is wrong
she had
with
to
you?
have had, unless she got pregnant, she had to have been there on her period at one point.
What? You know what? I let's just stop this. What? Okay. I have so many questions. So in your mind, it's common. What percentage of women do you think continue to have sex while they're on their period? Since you brought this up, she had to have been there on her period.
It's not like she was ever shown like putting her diaphragm back in her handbag or
Thank
anything.
goodness. Well, not thank goodness, but okay, you didn't answer my
Was it
question.
common to use prophylactics back then?
I don't. Let's see. Call the midwife is 50s, 60s. Yeah, birth control was becoming a thing. Yes, actually.
But condoms specifically?
I don't know when those became a thing.
What early forms of contraception did they show and call the midwife? It's set in the same time period, I'm assuming?
It's 50s and 60s, if I'm not mistaken.
In America?
No, it's in over there, across the pond.
In over there,
Across
across
the
the
pond.
pond. Where? Across the pond. Many ponds in this planet.
Name a place I should know.
England?
Yes, I'm in a neighborhood.
A neighborhood?
Yeah, a neighborhood in London.
Sussex?
No.
Essex?
Not run down, but they display it like they talk about it like it's rough. A lot of poor people. Jesus, they say the name of this place all the time.
Brighton?
No.
New Brighton?
Okay, never mind. I really can't believe I can't think of the neighborhood. West End.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
Sure.
Anyway, she at one point decides she's going to call home. He talks her out of it because she doesn't have her story together. Then she asks to brush her teeth. He goes into the bathroom before her. He removes some razors and another bottle of pills.
He also removes the ragers.
I said that. You heard me correct myself though, right?
Yeah, I know.
So what is this?
And this is to show that he still cares about her.
Or he's worried she's just going to try to offer herself again.
Even though he's been smelling Mr. Sheldrake's
Oh,
balls on his pillow.
I skipped the part. These are two different ones. It doesn't matter. It all runs together. But Baxter asks the doctor's wife for some coffee because he realizes he doesn't have any more. She drank it all last night. And some oranges and eggs. He's just trying to get a little breakfast together. And of course, the neighbor's wife is getting on his case that he should be ashamed of himself. But she says she'll bring something over anyway.
For her, not for you.
So anyway, while they're talking, Baxter and Fran, he lies and says Sheldrake was concerned. They're playing cards, actually, gin rummy. She says the sad part is I still love him. Wife comes over with the food.
Oh, when she's getting woken up and getting slapped, he's also using smelling salts on her too, and he's using like a bunch of it. Have you ever smelled smelling salt?
No. Is it real horrible? Why have you smelled them?
I'm curious. I haven't.
Oh, are they still around?
I don't know.
You say smelling salts, and
You're
I think
familiar with the idea
1800s
of
to
them.
I guess 1960s.
I wouldn't even know where to get them.
Yeah, what is it? It can't be
Maybe
anything real.
we should
strange.
try ordering some online and see what they smell
salts.
like.
No, I'm not interested.
Do you think why do you think it helps bring you out of unconsciousness?
Can't imagine.
Have you ever been unconscious besides going to sleep?
No.
You never got knocked out or
No.
passed out?
No.
From drinking?
Don't drink to excess like that. I don't
You never
understand
have,
it.
not even once by
No.
mistake?
No. People, y'all are crazy.
God, what
People
a
are crazy.
sheltered life.
That's not shit.
What a prude.
You want me to black out. You want me to drink so much that I black out at a place that is not my home?
No.
Even at home, there's no need. You get to a point and you're drunk. Like, why would you keep going?
Yeah, but it's just in getting swept up in the
I don't get
events
carried
of the
away
evening.
in events. I don't get carried away in events.
God, what a grump on a log.
Look at you. That's strange. You're calling me a grump because I've never blacked out drunk.
No, just you have gotten drunk and
Yes.
drank plenty of times.
Okay.
The fact that there
And
was
I get
no
sleepy.
instance of having such a good time. That's what causes it, is that you're out having a good time to the point where you get so carried away and that you lose track of either how much you've had to drink.
Okay, so I guess I should emphasize me at a house party is not a common thing.
So you've never had a hangover before.
You drink water before you go to bed. You're all
never
good.
Got sick or threw up from drinking?
Yes.
You have done that.
Guess where I was at? A party.
Oh, wow.
Our ex-boyfriends.
They were an ex at the
No,
time,
no,
or
they
they were
weren't.
your boyfriend at the time?
They were a boyfriend at the time.
And he was throwing a party?
It was at his apartment, so him and his roommates, yeah.
And what, you saw his mistress there?
She was, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. You can't call it a mistress.
And
We weren't
you
married.
knew there was something going on between them? You suspected and then
Okay,
saw
listen,
her
you've
there.
asking me to recall. No, listen. You're asking me to recall memories that I don't care about, so I don't have.
Well, you've never blacked out, so you should have all your memory of that night.
Yes, but the fact that I don't care now if they were together and were not anymore, or were together and I didn't know yet, I can't remember.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah.
And what, you threw up like Sterling in the middle
Well, I
of the
made it.
office?
I was throwing up in the toilet.
But in there by yourself?
No, he came in.
Oh, okay.
She came in too.
Oh, really?
She was nice.
She knew you were out of the equation for the rest of the night. She had your man
Yeah.
herself.
Okay, so during this game of also after the wife comes with food, have you heard of glass tea?
Glass tea?
Yeah.
No.
That's that's the name of a drink, she says. I wonder what that means.
Are you sure she didn't say
Glass of tea? No. I mean, unless they were playing up her having an accent.
Who is this?
The wife's
The
doctor.
wife.
The doctor's wife.
The wife's doctor.
Doctor's wife when she comes to drop off food. And apparently you're a beatnik if you own paper towels instead of having actual physical napkins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they're playing the game of gin rummy.
Have you ever played gin rummy?
Yes. Don't ask me if I remember how to play. I do not.
Oh, my great-grandma used to play.
But I enjoy card games when they get going, you know?
I took her to see The Odd Couple 2
Oh, yeah?
in the movie theater.
Which maternal or paternal grandma?
Maternal, great-grandma.
Oh, great grandma.
So it was my maternal grandmother's mother,
Mm-hmm.
Dorothy.
So while they're playing gin rummy, he asks if she wants the envelope back, and she tells him to open it. And it's $100. It's $100 Sheldrake had put in her purse, and she just tells Baxter to make sure it gets back to Sheldrake. She tells him she has bad luck with men. She was first kissed in the cemetery, and he left her for some drum majorette or something like that. Anyway, the way she got here, the man she was seeing got arrested for stealing from the company. He gets out of jail in 1965. So she came to New York, moved in with her sister and her husband, who drives a taxi cab. They sent her to secretary school. She can type fast, but she's a bad speller. Mm-hmm. So when she applied to work at Consolidated Life Insurance Company, they put her on the elevator. Oh, and here's where the joke comes back around. He's like, how many previous guys were there that you've been in love with? She says 3, but she holds up 4 fingers, which is what he did. So I was like, is she still drugged from the sleeping pills?
You think it's a funny joke?
I wanted to say about this movie, it doesn't have funny ha-ha jokes. They do it more with people. A lot of people say the same things, like they hear it once and they use it.
It'd be categorized as a comedy, though, right?
What?
How would you categorize?
Yeah. I would call it a rom-com, an early rom-com before.
Not a ha-hom-com.
Not a ha-ha-com. Not a straight comedy. Then she's like, I'm going to write a letter to Sheldrake. And he was like, that's a bad idea. For one, you can't spell. For 2, oh, no, she's going to write a letter to the wife. She was like, maybe he really does want to leave the wife, but he's too, what is he saying? Too nice of a guy to do it.
Yeah.
So again, he stops her, like I said, from writing the letter, and she falls back asleep. While she falls back asleep, Kirkby comes back, because remember he asked him if he could use the apartment, even though he didn't answer. Mm-hmm. So he has the lady outside. She's yelling in the hallway to be let in. And of course, the doctor sees this and he's like, oh man, this man is still crazy. So Kirkby finally.
That's not a pull quote from the movie. That's
my interpretation.
Yeah.
Fran, the door's open to the bedroom because Baxter was shaving when the doorbell rang. So
his face is covered with shaving cream.
Yeah, he sees Fran roll over in bed. Kirkby does. So he was like, because everybody's in the office been trying to get with Fran. They don't know who she's seeing. So now he assumes that him and Fran has a thing going on. So he was like, I see why you've been not letting us use the place.
Hey, buddy boy.
Yeah, they call him buddy boy. He does. That's Bud, right? We talked about this.
Yeah.
So this
They're
commotion.
all buddy boy. What has buddy boy done for us lately?
It's coming. So the commotion clearly is just waking her up a little bit. So she's stirring. And she asked for a window to be open. He was like, I'm only on the 2nd floor, so don't get any ideas. She's just like, I want fresh air. Then she says, why can't I fall in love with someone like you? So it's the next morning, the day after Christmas. And this is how I was telling you, the calendar doesn't line up. He already told the elevator girl friend he was going to see her on Monday, but the day after Christmas is Friday. I don't know what's going on with the timeline.
Oh, this is the funny calendar stuff that you were talking about before?
Yeah. Not funny, just
worth the
weird.
wait.
So Sheldrake is firing his secretary, and she was like, well, you were rude to let me stay at the desk and watch all the other bitches you fuck with come and go while I'm still here anyway. So Sheldrake calls Baxter, and the secretary decides to pick up the phone and listen. So now she's found out the friend has tried to kill herself. Sheldrake asks if Baxter needs anything, and Baxter asks Sheldrake to at least talk to Fran. So he's like, Fran, there's a call for you. She doesn't want to talk. He says, well, you should. I'm about to run to the grocery store, pick up some things. So he steps out to go to the store. Sheldrake is like, why'd you do it? You know, it's so childish and never solves anything. And I was like, damn, I guess.
No sympathy at all.
No, just real cut and dry.
Yeah, his performance is very...
I was going to say, I don't appreciate him in this role.
I don't know how he is in other movies, but even with how he's acting and what his character is doing, he doesn't even seem like he's acting. He just seems like an actor who is saying these lines in a way.
But I think that's his approach. He's you've seen him in Remember the Night. I feel like he did fine. I feel like that role was good for him.
Yeah, but this character that he is in this is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But everything is like, oh, I mean, it seems like a episode of Leave It to Beaver or something. It's like, whoa, everything. It's like, for how disgusting what the movie is really about is, it's trying to come across as being like totally wholesome. It's like she kills herself. It's like
it does.
It
does
vacillate
between.
The landlady comes
We
up.
ain't
She's
got
like,
that
you were
yet
stomping around
on his way back.
Okay,
but yeah, it was just them pacing because she was dying from an overdose.
Yes.
So after this, the secretary calls Sheldrake's wife and asks to arrange a lunch. She was like, I don't know how important it is to you, but I think you'll find it educational. Sheldrake comes out and sees that she hasn't left yet, and she was like, don't worry, I'm going. Baxter comes back with the groceries just as the landlady is about to knock on the door. And she was like, what in the world were you up to last night? All night long, up and down, pacing and pacing. I forgot what excuse he made up. It wasn't important.
I was trying to figure out what was wrong with my calendar.
He puts the groceries away, says he's going to cook dinner for him and Fran. And at this point, the brother is arriving at Consolidated Life Insurance Company because Fran hasn't been home in 2 days.
The brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law, thank you. Hasn't been home in 2 days.
What nationality do you think? He's supposed to
know.
be something Greek or Italian or something.
Matushka
Matushka
is his last
so
name.
maybe
Carl
he's like
Matushka.
a hard Israeli defense man. Matushka sounds like
I don't know where that. Oh, I do know.
Sounds like Makushla from $1 Million Baby.
No, I don't know. There's a name like that is a nickname for Barbara Stanwyck on Christmas in Connecticut. Not Matushka. Anyway. So this brings a brother to go see eventually Kirkby, Dobish. They're talking, clearly gossiping about Fran being in the bed and how he took Sylvia to the apartment the other day, but Baxter wouldn't let him in. Her boss, Fran's boss, is also like, yeah, she didn't show up today. I'd like to know where she is too. So they give information to the brother-in-law because they're like, fuck Baxter. He hasn't given us any favors lately, so we're going to air his business out. Brother-in-law pops up, sees Fran, tells her to get dressed, says, I don't know what kind of person you are, but your sister is under the impression that you're a lady, so you need to get dressed so we could go. Jack Lemmon is cooking spaghetti with the tennis racket used as a strainer, some meatballs, and he says something crazy like, Yeah, so he's still in love with her. He was like, imagine I've been in New York all this time and I finally look around and there's a footprint in the sand and it's you. I'm like, oh my God. She's still just, I don't know. She still admitted she's in love with the dude.
With Sheldrake.
Yes, the dude, Sheldrake. So as again, I said the brothers popped up. He was like, get dressed. And she tries to introduce him to Baxter at first, but he's not having any of it.
You haven't been in a scenario where you were like Fran, where you were pining after some boy who was involved, but you couldn't disabuse yourself of the notion that you were meant to be together?
My scenario is more like I'm in love with the dude. They're acting like they're also in a relationship, but they're a whore. No, not like there's a particular girl he's pining after and I want to steal him away. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know something about this? You know something about being in position of pining for somebody who has no time of day?
No. No time of day. I mean, he's given her a time of day, Monday and Thursday.
I'm sorry, I thought you were asking me if I've ever been like Baxter pining for somebody who's not available. So I asked you
no,
if
I'm
you
saying
were
like her, like Fran, where you were so caught up with somebody that there's somebody else that you're like, why can't I fall in love with someone like you? And you just can't help it. And you just know you don't feel anything for this person in spite of yourself. Like, do you believe the resolution of this movie?
We'll get to that. No, I don't. I wrote a note.
Okay. Keep going.
She's getting dressed. The doctor sees that the door is open and comes in. He's like, how's the patient? Baxter tries to make it seem like he was the patient, but the doctor doesn't get the note to play along. Baxter takes the blame for Fran taking the sleeping pills. The brother-in-law knocks him out. Fran gives him a kiss on the head, and she's like, you stupid fool.
You ever been punched in the head?
No.
Oh.
Have you?
Yeah, probably.
And you got knocked out. You got knocked down.
Knocked out, no.
Punched in the head.
Yeah.
Did you fight back?
No, I mean, you fight as kids.
Oh, but we're not talking about like you got jumped or nothing, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like a fight where somebody was trying to like for
real
fight
injure you. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I've never been in a fight.
You can get hit in the head without being in a fight.
I have never got hit in the head with a fist either, or with anything. So brother-in-law punches him. He falls on the ground, but he's dazed. Well, and then Fran gives him a kiss on the head, so he's dazed and on cloud 9.
What about you punching somebody else? You ever punch somebody else?
No. The doctor says, I'll go get my bag. And he was like, don't bother, doc. It doesn't hurt at all. Next day must be Monday. See, this is more timeline foolishness.
Okay.
Or maybe not. Maybe it's Monday.
Let's go with not.
Let's go with Monday. So he's coming into work. He has the eyeglasses on to cover his black eye. You can hear him rehearsing his speech to Sheldrake saying, I'm going to take Fran or Miss Kubelik off your hands. So he gets to the office and Sheldrake lets him know that the wife has found out about Fran. So he's getting a divorce. So he doesn't have to worry about Fran anymore. He's going to do the right thing and marry Fran.
Not do the right thing. He's going to do the next best available option.
Well, he didn't say the words, the right thing. Yeah. Sorry. What did you say? He's going to do what? The next best option?
It's the right thing.
You said what? The next best option? He could stay single if he wants.
Yeah, but
nobody's
the easiest thing,
him.
Fran's already been indoctrinated, so now she will be the next wife, and he'll cheat on her with whoever he
looks
wants.
Like he probably, not that he looks like her, but he probably can't take care of himself in a, you know what I mean? Like the wife is probably doing everything at the house and whatnot since he works.
Isn't there?
Yeah. At this point, he shows Baxter his new office. He's now the 27th floor assistant director. He appreciates the help.
His office
course,
is
this-
adjacent to.
It's beside, yeah, which is what I was going to
Sheldrick's.
get to if I'm allowed to finish. At this point, he shows Baxter his new office, which is next to his. He's the new 27th floor assistant director.
Jesus Christ. Got a fucking problem.
We fast forward a little bit in time, I believe, because then we catch up with Baxter. He's watching his name get added to the wall. You know, the directory where it has what floor people work on if they're of some importance.
It's getting changed out like so many jukebox records around the holidays.
He sees Fran at the elevator and he lies about having a date. He says, I'm waiting because I have a hot date. He doesn't. And apparently, he asks if she's stepping out with Sheldrake, like not stepping out, going somewhere with Sheldrake tonight. She's like, no, we want to keep it quiet until his divorce is final. She was like, but I'm sure you've heard about Sheldrake. He was like, yeah.
The end.
No.
What?
It's New Year's Eve. Next scene. Sheldrake is in his office getting his shoe shine. He asks Baxter to come in.
What'd you think about that?
What about it? I feel like it used to be a job you could make a living
Oh.
at. I shouldn't say that.
This is the only black person in the movie.
Janitor's black. There's another. Is there another elevator? Oh, that's Mad Men. There's another black man who's a janitor. Is that all you done?
Just
Those are
curious
the
if
only
you had
two
any
black
feelings
people in the
about it.
movie. Guess they didn't exist in New York. He asks Baxter to come in. Baxter comes in with a report like he's really trying to do his job and work. He tells Baxter he works too hard. He needs to relax. It's New Year's Eve. He asks Baxter for the apartment key. He was like, I threw it out of the window after the suicide scare with Fran just to be safe. Baxter's like, nah, you can't bring the one to the apartment, especially Miss Kubelik. You remember what happens next? But go
Sheldrake
ahead.
strong arms him and basically says, you're giving me the apartment key or you're not going to have this job anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes and gives him
A key.
the key,
Mm-hmm.
which we soon find out is the executive washroom key, which he was earlier given by mistake from somebody. That was when they had to use the courier to run the right key back to him. Anyways, in the first taking charge moment, he tells the corporate system he's been in and climbing the ranks of to go fuck themselves. He leaves.
Puts his ugly hat on the janitor as he leaves. And we catch up with him and he's packing his apartment. One of the things
The janitor pulled the hat off and looked at it and gave a disapproving look and then threw
No,
the hat
he
aside.
didn't. No, he didn't do any of that. He's like, who put this? He didn't say anything. He just looked like, who put this on my head? We catch up with Baxter. He's packing his apartment because clearly he won't be able to afford this place anymore since he's quitting. But that's weird. He was like, somebody asked where he's going. He's like, I don't know. Like, you just packing before you got a place to move to? Strange.
And he hasn't been out spending his money on anything. He's eating TV dinners.
Mm-hmm.
He's only spending $85 a month on rent. He's making over $90 a week and assuming substantially more with all the recent promotions
yes.
that he's had.
You're right.
The reason why he's leaving is not because he can't afford it. It's because he doesn't want to live there anymore because of all the disgusting shit that's been going on while he's been there.
All right, buddy.
There's cum stains all over the walls and the couch and
Stop
his
that.
bed.
Stop that.
What?
Who is aiming their penis at the wall? You know what I mean?
You're right. They were probably tidying up after all of their escapades in
Jesus
there. Whenever
Christ.
he's walking out with boxes full of empty bottles and cleaning up stuff, they're probably fucking wiping their ass on his bed sheets. They don't care about him. They kick him around. They dump on him the whole movie.
Like I said, Baxter's packing. One of the things he puts in the box is a gun. The doctor neighbor comes over. He asks for ice. Remember, it's New Year's Eve. And he asks if Baxter would like to join the party. He's like, nah, I'm good. He tries to pay for Fran's treatment.
He told a story too about
Getting the leg broken. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I thought he told her a story too about trying to kill himself.
That's the broken leg. And that's past. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, you didn't say it, did you?
Do you remember the story?
No. I just remember he tried to kill himself with a gun and shot himself in the leg by mistake. Oh, a cop came up. He was trying to hide the gun and he shot himself in the leg.
He was just trying to tell Fran that she will get over Sheldrake eventually.
Why was he trying to kill himself? I don't remember. It was over a woman too?
Yeah. Remember, she sends a fruitcake every year.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, he packs the racket up.
And you don't keep in contact with any of your exes.
No. He also packs the tennis racket that he used to strain the spaghetti from when he was cooking for himself and Fran. And it has a spaghetti noodle on it. So, of course, his mind drifts back to Fran.
He has a spaghetti noodle on it that is still wet as though he just finished cooking 10 minutes ago rather than
a week ago.
The hardened, snap in half, wooden, dried out.
Jesus. Okay.
Desiccated.
Okay, it's not all that. You're doing too much. So we're with Fran and Sheldrake at a New Year's Eve party. She doesn't look happy or excited or anything. But they're in a bar.
They're at the Chinese restaurant,
not a bar. He makes it. It's gotten pretty big there. Are we sure? It looks hella big. I believe you. That's not even important to anything.
Yes, it is. He's still keeping a lid on her. She even said that to Baxter.
She said he's keeping a lid on me?
That they didn't want to, Sheldrake said that. Wanted to keep it until the divorce is finalized.
She says that to Baxter.
Okay.
And then Baxter, before, what's the name, tosses, he's like, no, you can't have my key. He was like, I finally taught Fran into coming out with me since it's New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. Anyway, doesn't matter where they are. They're out celebrating. Fran doesn't look happy. He comes back to the table. He says, a car's coming at 1. We're going to drive down to Atlantic City. And I looked, the distance between New York City and Atlantic City is 2 hours and 7 minutes. So they're going to be on the road till like 3 a.m. Crazy. And he's like, I know this isn't ideal, but Baxter wouldn't give me the key. She was like, he wouldn't? He was like, no, he says, and he even mentioned you. He said, I couldn't bring you back to the apartment. So I don't know what she has, a realization that Baxter's a decent guy. The clock strikes midnight and he makes a stupid drunk face. Everybody's singing. What's the song? All sang line. What is
Try
it?
to sing it.
No, I can't.
You know the melody?
No.
Hum it.
I just said no. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, so he turns back around and she's gone. She's running across town to Baxter's apartment like a good old rom-com. She gets up to the top of the stairs. She hears a gunshot and she runs to the door, beats on it. Mr. Baxter, Mr. Baxter. And he comes out. He was just champagne bubble had popped. That champagne flows for a long time. Does it bubble that much? Like it went on and on. I was like, ain't gonna be no more juice left in there. That's a real question.
Yeah,
you think it goes on and on? Okay. So I was like, oh, let me get you another glass. She asks if he's moving. He says, I'm on my own. She was like, oh, so am I. She was like, get the cards. He's like, what about Sheldrake? She says, well, send him a fruitcake. And he says, I love you, Miss Kubelik. And she just smiles and says, shut up and deal.
I absolutely adore you.
So, no, I don't appreciate the ending. She's not in love with him yet. But if she says we're going to send him a fruitcake, she's implying they're getting married and they're going to be together forever. So she'll grow into it. What?
No, it was
It sounded like you said the only. What did you say?
the only acceptable ending would have been if she came to her senses and then went and tried to be with him.
And he said no?
Yeah.
No, because wait. No, because why? Because you're still in love with somebody, or no, because you try to kill yourself in my apartment, or no, because what? Because you're somebody who has an affair.
Go fuck yourself, Miss Kubelik.
No, why? Why should it have been no, in your opinion?
How would you ever get past any of all that transpired? He's about to leave the apartment because he can't stand thinking about everything that happened in there. So now he's going to stay with the woman and he would never stop thinking about it for the rest of his life. I mean, he'll probably still think about it regardless of if he stays with her or not. But also, they don't have any demonstrable, like, there's a little bit of flirty chemistry, but there is never anything that happens between them that indicates, like, they're meant to be together.
I will agree.
And that's, maybe it's beside the point of the movie. Maybe there's other facets and other things about it that other people extracted from it.
You were saying it in jest, the meant to be together part. You just meant no way did they show that they're a compatible couple. We're just supposed to assume it because he likes her.
Yeah, I mean, and you want to root for him, and it's the... I didn't realize it. There's a movie that I like that's called The Baxter.
Uh-huh.
That is...
It's about this? About somebody wanting somebody who's not available?
It's, just the same as any rom-com is, but he identifies the Baxter as being the guy in a rom-com, the one that gets, like, cast aside and brushed off. I didn't realize that name...
You think it came from this?
It absolutely was taken from this.
What year is this? You know? Is it old?
No, it came out like 20-something years ago. 2003 or 4.
Well, don't have to guess. I'm not going to ask yet. We got to discuss if you had any favorite scenes, but can already tell you're displeased with this movie. It's too preposterous.
No, I liked it, but it's just, I mean, it's a byproduct of its time and taking all that into consideration. I mean, it is an enjoyable little farce, but yeah, I mean, none of the stuff about it, just I don't know. There are those types of people that get walked all over, and I know there's also some parallel commentary going on about.
She tells them you're either. Oh, I thought you were going to say you either
like
take or get taken.
Corporate, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, the take or get taken. He's a taker, and it's just juxtaposing that common decency of him trying to like please his bosses and do the right thing, and he's doing all that thinking that he is being helpful or doing a good thing.
I don't
without
think
ever addressing
thinks
it.
He's doing a good thing. He's just trying to get ahead.
Yes, but he thinks it is serving a purpose for good in that way.
You're throwing me off with this for good part.
Yeah, and he even says to what's her face at the end, Miss Kubelik.
What?
He's like, you thought he was using me, I was using him, and that's right before he quits. But yeah, I don't know. You didn't glean any of that from it as far as it trying to be like the corporate stuff, like the corporate overlord basically infiltrated every part of his life, even into his home space. And
I really wasn't thinking much about the people at the office. I just was like they're just
work droning and destroyed. I mean, it destroyed the fabric of his life. And hers too, getting walked over.
Ooh. All right, so the Brittany scale.
Tell him what it is.
The Brittany scale is the scale we use.
It's a rating system.
Yes, based on the common phrases I use when Brendan asks me how I feel about things. From worst to best, I can't go the other way. is bad, okay, regular, decent, good. And to Brendan's mind, all these sound very similar, and there's no way that I have a real difference between them. But I do. I just gave you the order. And this movie gets a regular.
I would also give it a regular.
Okay.
Which, I mean, obviously, it won how many, you said?
5.
5 Academy
Nominated for 3
Awards.
more.
I mean, it was a big deal at the time. I'm sure it has plenty of staunch defenders. I'm sure all of my grandparents probably loved this movie.
Like, I have no desire to see it again.
Yeah. And watching it, I understand why it would have been
Good back then?
Yeah,
Or
because it's got a lot of subversive elements in it. I doubt there were many movies coming out at that time that were showing
know.
a bunch of philandering businessmen
You don't know.
fucking in their underling's apartment. I mean, that's pretty bawdy for something of that era, I would think.
I was going to say, you said that, and I just thought of Babyface with Barbara Stanwyck. She's hunching the father and the son who run the company, and it'd definitely be in the apartment. But it was 1930s. I don't know. I'm sure there are plenty of movies we don't know about that were risque.
So we got a double regular on The Apartment.
Yeah. Oh, first time we've been agreed on a rating, right?
No.
What? Oh, we gave something good. Joker. What else? Uncut Gems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. This is the first time we've agreed on a regular, though, right?
Yeah.
So next time on Black and White Movie Night, we will be discussing Die Hard. Continuing our theme of it happened around Christmas. I'm Black.
Did you ever introduce yourself by name?
Yes, surely.
Did
Yeah,
you?
because you messed up at the beginning. You
rebuffed
kept
it?
saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you had your grand scheme of when you were going to carefully insert your name.
If I didn't say earlier, the name is Brittany. I'm Black.
Black and white.
I'm white.
You're wrong,
and I'm right.
Black and white.